Hello, this is Gerald van Waas and the educational channel of demonstrations regarding the sounding form theory, where I explain how letter combinations can be changed into the showing its formation process that it is directing itself into. And in this video I will explain and demonstrate the word BLOEM, and also an extra word there as well. And the BLOEM word is as of course I will use as a foundation. I will use the Dutch word bloem, but I could even use Blume, the German word, or even the English word bloom. They are all variations of what has the same structure, and if I would design the other versions, I would come more or less to the same form. So because there's not much difference, and even the significations and that they have also in these different languages are also quite similar, and they're directing towards the same kind of process and so on. So I have so all these specific letters, they are expressed in a condition. In a certain condition, most of these letters are about a certain growth process, all in a different way, and it makes it easy to draw them. I have the B, in which you can see and show, and it is expressed only when central limits are exceeded. So when you have a situation where there is a change and the limits from within are extended. The L is where something is shaped into a form. The O is where the environment is involved, so you add elements from the environment to it, so you can into the logic that is there. The E are related with you can find only where the current activities are extended. And the M is where material has an expansion, where material is expanding and going to the maximum of a formation process. And that's how these letters will be used and are combined. And it will be easy to combine, as I said, because all of them show a certain growth. Well, so I combine B and L. I have already this form, so the L has to, of course, where the differences are, they are expanding from there. The O has to be added there where you have the expansion, and add the elements from the environment, so the space that comes free there and the space that is involved is focused upon. Then, of course, I will have to extend this, so this space will even be extended further. And with the M, I will make the continuation that way, so that I can finalize this full process. I can even double what is there already, so what you usually have is that the process that starts from it also continues. So the L can still be added extra there where I have, and of course the M at the end as well. So that I'll adapt a little bit here the colors a little bit to show you that I have to end in the full picture at the end. If I give it a little bit more color, or different colors, it's even more clear. Or with these colors, it's even more clear. And I have the word bloom or flower, and with the M in the end, so the L and the M is still have the same extension. I will have the complete picture. I will change the color still a little bit at the end as well. That it's not just, the M is not just about spatial references, but it can become a little bit more physical. I have this bloom. Now what does bloom means? I have the bloeme, the bloom, the bloom. They are all related, as I said, Blume is the German word for flower. Bloem is the Dutch word. It means two different things. It's a flower, but it's also flower. It's almost the same word, but it both fit into the same spreading of elements. So the flower, and to bloom is, you can also say to flower. They all refer to the same kind of process. So you have a direction of growth with the BL, growth which is comes forward from a condition which is unstable a little bit, and then you have the U says actually that it only takes part in a partial space of O, the environment, so that M, it will come to its maximalized form. That's what you have. So the bloom are all showing letters of growth. Very different would it be when I have some other letters, and I think that are not extending growth. And I think, for instance, at the K, if it would end with, for instance, K or CK, I would block the whole process of growth. The K is, as I said a lot of times before, it's a breaking point where you can no longer grow automatically further. So the block at the end is just the opposite. It will be blocking this whole process. With a C in the block, it will show a selective choice. So you know already beforehand, okay, I have to be careful. I have to make a choice, and this choice is making it show that it is not breaking apart. So I stop the process. That's the most easy thing to do. That's the block, as you can see. Let us now explain it from the theory as well. So because you can think, okay, you're having a fantasy again, you can always make things fit easily. No. There is a structure of the letters, and I said already a couple of times before, the letters behave like with a numerological foundation, and from the numerical foundation there is also a behaviorism that is embedded in these numbers. And it is because I also divide numbers into 3 different positions, and these 3 different positions takes care that the behaviorism in each of these letters is different. And so each of these letters has a number. So the B has the number 2, and the L goes from number 1 to 2. The O is the number 5, the E is the number 5, and the M is the number 3. Can I use it? I can only use it practically if I also use my scheme, where I also divide these positions into the 3 different stages of the numbers. The first numbers, so the letters that fit into the first category, are the neutral numbers, so they have a neutral position. Where it's new, it's a position of a point most of the time where you can work with. The second position shows a moment of growth, so there is added volume. They are growing at that stage, and at the last stage they are unstable, so they're changing and breaking apart. It's always the same in each number. Each letter is also in numerology. They use every letter as a number, but they use this as just one number. But I emphasize that there are 3 stages in each number, and that is very important. And I have the letters here in the right order of this word, the B, L, O, E, and M. And there you can see in which position of order they are. So the B starts from an unstable position, so it is changing itself from that moment, and it's changing, and it is like breaking apart. As you can see, that's the starting point. It breaks its conditions. It breaks apart its conditions of formation process, the formation process of number 2. It is breaking apart. The next letter is the L. Where is it? It's in the middle path. It's in the growth path. So from there, something can grow out on number 2 in the formation process. So it says, okay, we have an unstable condition from which we can grow something like that. The next letter is the letter O. And where is the O? Yeah, there are a few letters which are a bit strange of positions. The number 5, there are 4 positions instead of 3. And so 2 of these positions are actually a position of reorganization. So it is, but of course this reorganization has to stabilize itself, because it is actually restoring the unstable situation. The O at the left side will stabilize its positions in space, so it will make an order in space. Or the other H, which I'm not using now, it could use a reorganization in time, a stabilization in time. We don't need that now. It's about the letter O. The O is about stabilization in space. So what do we have with after the unstable situation, where something grows out? The next position is it searches a stabilization in space. It is related with anything that can happen there in space. It's expressed with the letter O, as you can see. The next letter is A. Where is it in the system? It's in between, so it grows from a neutral position, but it grows from there. So all the neutral positions, or neutralized positions actually from O, are then extended. It is growing there. So it found in the flower, because it's about the flower, it found positions in space, and it is extending from there. And the last letter is M, is growth itself. It's in the number 3. It is stabilizing its position. It's finalizing the process, like in number 3 is finalizing anything as well. So it finalizes the full process, and it finalizes itself into the growth process there, just as you can see in the flower. So here I do that. I have I will do this now. I'll have this breaking point of B, which breaks itself into 2 positions. I will have to find from the breaking points. Okay, I'll go from 1 to 2. So I have from 1 to 2 from the L positions. Then I'll try to make a stabilizing situation, which is also the environment. So I find the environment. I find what is in which environment does this fit. This is around a center point. Around this center point, I will try to stabilize it in the space that it is related with. I'll stabilize it, as you can see from there, and I'll finalize the whole thing with M and E, as already described in the letters. So when I do that, I have caused the full bloom of the bloom or flower in this expression, as it was intended in the word to express. The word expression was exactly of this kind of thing. It's kind of like a fractal. So in a way, I found a way to discover the fractals of words, and that was one of the first ways, or one of the explanations that showed you already that this is really lying underneath, and it is working like that also underneath. I hope this was clear enough. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This was Gerald Johan van Waas again. There's a website too with a list of words, and you can follow the YouTube channel more often if you like. Just subscribe to it, and and watch out for more demonstrations and instructions now and then as well. Thanks again. Bye bye.